The following is a special presentation of Tony Curry Radio.
All right, back in that world, you can hear Seth in the back over here. By the way, I'm going to mention this. In that world, there's also Seth's Toy Closet. They have unboxed, unbelievable collectibles, watches, Battlestar Galactica, Star Wars, watches, you name it, they got stuff down there. And I want Seth to talk about his brand new store coming up here in just a few minutes. We'll let him go. He's brought out a bearded dragon.
Now, the reason why I brought this smaller guy out, this is literally what I recommend people getting, So babies, they're a lot tougher, kind of a lot tougher to deal with, that kind of thing. So you really want to get like a sub-adult. But literally, this is probably the best lizard to go with.
Oh my God.
They're just super chill, super laid back.
Look at that.
He literally would just sit right there on you all day.
But you can feel the
feels like a cat tongue a little bit.
Yeah, the prickles.
Or my ex-wife's legs.
So what makes this...
When she didn't shave, I mean.
So what makes this different from, I guess, an iguana or some of the other ones that kind of look like this that you might...
Well, iguanas, your drawback on iguanas, for example, is, like if you get them out, you hold them, they get fairly sweet, but then you put them down. Come back in a couple of days, you're going to be just as wild as when you bought them.
Oh, interesting.
So, but these guys, it's like the more you handle them, just the sweeter they're going to be, the more laid back they're going to be, and they're super easy to deal with. They eat insects, and they actually also like vegetables as well.
So let me ask you this. I think this is a great question. You're used to handling all these, and you talk about, you hear this all the time, like they're super affectionate. We think about puppies being affectionate, maybe cats, but what do you mean by affectionate? What would be affectionate for this guy besides the fact that, obviously he's sitting on my shoulder?
Going there again, it's not, you can really put him down and he's not going to run away. That's kind of the nice thing about these guys. So, because there again, the snake I just shot out earlier, and if we put him down, he's not going to stay there. He's going to keep crawling. And he'll, you know what I'm saying? So, but these guys, to me, they have more affection.
But they can move if they want to, right?
Oh, they can.
They can scat. Yeah, I've seen them scat.
What about, not training, but like you said, these guys won't move. Will they not move naturally, or do you have to sort of socialize them to not move?
You definitely want to socialize them for sure.
See, I love
the more you handle them, just the more laid back they're going
to be. You can get one of those.
I can get one of those.
That's not a snake, and it's kind of cool. I think Jules actually.
What size enclosure would you need for something like this, and how big do they get?
He'll probably get about double this size, and I would say probably like a 40 breeder. So either a 40 gallon up to a 75, somewhere in there.
And what are some of the animals too that will grow as long as they've got the room to grow? I know you have some things where, like if you have a ball boa and you get a 10 gallon, it won't get much bigger than 10 gallon, will it? Or will it grow?
Will still grow.
Okay. Yeah, are there some animals that will grow within its proximity and then stop?
There are some. You can somewhat stunt some animals' growth. Like keeping them in a smaller enclosure.
Does that work with children?
No.
No, it does not.
You seen your son? This guy, it's very cool.
Yeah.
Because he just says be great for Instagram videos.
There you go.
Now, what about defenses
Get a little closer to the camera.
Not, biting, scratching, like that kind of stuff, nails, people don't know. So what will he do to me if, I'm not handling him right or whatever? Is he going to nip at me? Is he going to scratch me?
Their main defense would be basically, that's why they call him a bearded dragon. So they have a beard up front.
Yeah.
So basically he'll kind of flatten out, and then all his spikes will get good and just strong.
Okay,
good and stiff.
like this.
So, okay. That's their main defense.
But no bite? Can they bite?
Anything with a mouth can bite. So, so basically, they could bite, yes, but they generally don't.
All right, last quick question. Colors, do they come in different colors?
They do come in different colors. Like, this is more of a
desert
fire, like a fire color is what they call it. And then they also have like a yellow one, which is they call it like a sunburst, that kind of thing.
They don't change colors, do they not?
No. Okay. They might go like a little bit lighter to a little bit darker, but other than that, that's really about it.
This is actually, if you go this way.
Dude, you can get that out and just have it sit on your lap. That's the cool thing.
Yeah, this is very, very cool.
That is you.
What do you think, Jules? We're doing this all so we can play for my wife. I don't think the Cayman's going to fly.
Yeah, probably not.
But this is cool. Very cool.
Is there a certain, I'd had to ask, is there a certain type of clientele that gets a Cayman?
It's gotta be.
No, not really.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I know what you're thinking, but no.
What about geographically here in our state? Like, is it over the
No,
mountain?
I'll say
Honestly,
this because
truthfully, it's all.
I've been in here and I've seen a lot of black people come in and get caiman. They ask for caimans, and I didn't know if that was a cultural thing because I've seen white people have caimans too.
Honestly, I think the thing is, I mean, on a caiman, it's kind of like, hey, what kind of pet do you have? most people say a dog or a cat.
It's good. I mean, it's cool.
So it's a status.
So what kind of caiman or what
You're
kind of
bringing
pet
home
do
a
you
different.
have?
You're bringing home a different type of gal.
I have a caiman crocodile. You know what I'm saying? So
This guy is so cool. Look, he's fascinating. How fast do they move? Like, if he's scurrying off, are they super fast?
No, they can move kind of quick when they want to move.
Okay.
So, but for the most part, I mean, literally, that's what you're going to get with a bearded. So, I mean, it's a great kind of first reptile pet for somebody. Just getting into getting into the reptiles, that kind of thing. And this is a great pet.
Last quick question: how socialized? Like, is this one of the guys you bring to birthday parties? So,
honestly, I just got him in a week ago. So there you go.
Take him home. What's that run?
This guy here's 300.
You should do that, dude. Would you rather get a bearded dragon or another tattoo? I mean,
no, it's not that.
Love on.
I know it's not that. I got it.
When's your birthday?
June. Christmas is coming.
Yeah, we got a while.
If I bought you one for Christmas, would you?
What do you think, Jules? Jules?
Where are you? Jules? Your doors are going to be locked when you get home. She's going to text you, you better not bring that damn thing home.
I'll just get a tattoo of one. I get a tattoo of you.
All right, so what's your thoughts on the Michael Oher thing? When I was on Jocks, we actually had Michael on our show a couple of times.
That's great.
We had Sandra Bullock on.
That's awesome.
Great movie. Great story.
Yeah.
And then we're learning that the parents really didn't adopt him, although they feel like he is their adopted son, and it was more about a conservatorship. And of course, I'm hearing about this. He's coming out, and of course, he's reading the headline. I'm like, oh, this is horrible. This is terrible.
Now, he's already written. He wrote his memoir a relatively long time ago.
We knew that he was not adopted.
Yeah,
we knew they took care of him, so that's not a shocker there. The conservatorship is the part that is the. And again, you're talking about a couple that's worth like a couple $100 million. It's like, did they really? It was more of trying to take care. I don't know. What's your thoughts? Give me your thoughts.
I don't know. I mean, I had my one thought before they came out with their statement, and obviously I was like, okay, let's see what they say. It's always bad when the statements are completely opposite.
Yeah.
They got all the money. We got, what is it? We got $14,000. We got $14,000 that went to each one of us.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Something's not right. I've heard a number of lawyers talk about rights to stories. So, like, the movie that made $300 million is not owed legally.
No.
Now, ethically, morally, if you're writing about somebody's life, you could as
it's easy to sit there and say a movie made $300 million and he got $14,000. Well, that doesn't seem right. Well, that $300 million doesn't go to the actors, doesn't go to the writers, doesn't go to the. Some of it does, but it goes to the movie.
I just don't like. I think two things quickly. One, and it's sad. It took a great story.
That's what I'm talking about. I got me one of these.
All right, so this is called a teddy bear guinea pig.
Yes, I've heard about them.
Look at this.
The teddy bear because of the fur.
Yes, it's real coarse. Cool. It's almost like a Karen Terrier.
What's up, buddy?
Yep.
I've got me a guinea pig about ready to have my babies. I'm going down to Dr. Rabs at Rossbridge Animal Hospital, which Ed's Pet World is one of my biggest sponsors for Dark Side of Pooch. And he's going to do a little x-ray ultrasound later on this afternoon to see if I've got me up some babies in there.
So here's one thing.
I hold mine every day. That they're unbelievable.
Here's one thing I've heard about guinea pigs. I've heard two things. Maybe you can help. One, what are they called? They're prey animals. So as far as holding them, like rabbits, it's that they'll let you, but their instinct is to not.
Oh, their instinct is to run, for sure.
Right?
Yeah,
okay.
For sure.
So you have to sort of basically teach them.
You do. You definitely have to work on them a little bit. I mean, the crazy thing, so I was watching, back in the day, it was like, I don't know, The Real World or something on MTV, whatever. But they had a little, I don't know, a little bit, and I guess they were staying in Peru.
Yeah.
So the crazy thing is, and of course, we always learn. We learn every day just on something new, something different.
I think I know where you're going with this.
But yeah, so apparently in Peru, so they basically they have a 2-story house.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you have a dirt floor on the bottom.
Yep.
And that's where your kitchen is. Okay.
Yep.
Then you have your second floor, which is where your bedroom is, all that kind of stuff. Well, apparently in their kitchen they have thousands of these running around, and during the winter, this is literally these guys heat their house. Plus, they use these guys for food as well.
I watched the documentary.
Oh, wow.
On
So
this.
you just eat off the floor.
Yeah, but they're revered. It's basically I don't know if it's like chickens, but they're pets.
I'm sure it tastes like
just
chicken,
because
too.
it's
No,
not.
no,
Just
everything
because
does,
just because it's revered doesn't mean it's not.
Right. So
edible.
they're pets until. So the other thing that I've heard with guinea pigs and others is they need lots of space. I've been reading about.
They do, yeah.
Why?
They need like it's just really with anything, of course, any kind of animal, the more space you give them, they're going to love it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but guinea pigs definitely need a little bit more space. You don't want to put them in.
I got 2 guinea pigs, and
you don't want to put them in a 10-gallon aquarium. You always want to at least put them in a decent size rabbit/guinea pig cage.
The thing that's cool about these is I consider them miniature dogs.
Well, that's what
because they're incredibly. You can domesticate them. Mine will come to me when I call their names.
Really?
Yeah. I got Ariel and
it's kind of cool because these guys are like us. So they don't produce vitamin C just like we don't.
Right.
So like you have to give them either some carrots or broccoli, something some kind of veggie that's high in vitamin C at least once a week.
And a lot of Timothy hay.
Yeah,
Lord Almighty. Yeah, and that helps their gastrointestinal stuff, right?
Yeah.
So you got
helps everything keep regular, man.
Yeah.
So this
gotta stay regular.
It's like you and prunes.
That's right, man.
So this one is super docile, right? Is this one that you've socialized? Is this one that goes to birthday parties? These are just honestly on the teddy bears, and I don't really know what it is with the teddy bears, but they're just a little bit more laid back than say your normal like slick haired guinea pigs. And is he showing you any? I would think just putting him in my lap, he'd show some nervous behavior. Like, I don't know, he's not shaking, but is his ears down?
Their ears generally always kind of stay down. So normally, like if they're really scared, they have a chirp. So they'll actually chirp.
Because he's not pushing. You're not pushing. I don't feel anything.
Yeah.
This one's a good one.
These are good. Dude, you need a pet.
I know.
I see how you're
guinea pigs are crazy.
You're in a good spot here.
They'll have, they have babies constantly. So
well, if you only got 2
every 62 days or 64 days.
Yeah. So you have to be really careful. Like when you get guinea pigs,
I have a baby,
before you know it, you'll have tons.
So that was the other thing I've heard. They always do better in pairs.
Right.
Or is that true? Because people say with dogs you should get two.
Yeah,
what is it about?
On guinea pigs, honestly, I think if you just do a single, you can really just focus on him versus both of them.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Huh?
The cool thing about the baby guinea pigs is literally when they're born, they have a full head of hair, their eyes are wide open, and they actually already start eating. They go directly to food and go ahead and start eating like the guinea pig food. Now, granted, they still need mom's nourishment for 3 to 4 weeks, but
is this full? How old
cool.
is this one?
This guy's about 6-7 months old. So
how much bigger?
He might just get a little bit bigger.
His fur is really cool.
The guinea pigs are like us, though. They love to eat, and of course, once they get mature, they'll sit there and you can have a nice fat guinea pig. So
we got a fat one at the Curry house on. All right, we're live down here at Ed's Pet World.
Jules.
I definitely want to talk about your new store.
Yeah.
Sasquatch Toys and Comics.
Let's talk about it. What you got? Because if anyone comes down here, looks at the animals, you see all the animals, but if you look up a little bit, you see just a ton of great unopened collectible boxes, watches, Legos, you name it, you got all your stuff, and you decided to take it to another level. Talk about your brand new store and where it's at.
Yeah, pretty much. It's 145 Citation Court over in West Homewood, and it's awesome. We just have a ton of golden, silver age comics up to, I'd probably say probably mid 2000s on the comics, but then we also have a ton of vintage stuff. We're mainly, it's mainly 80s, 90s toys. Of course, we do have some modern stuff as well, Transformers, DC characters.
You got any of those, what they call Tamagotchis? What are those called? Those little things that they live. My daughter got one while we were down at the beach. Something came out in the 90s.
22.
You're talking about like the Furbies?
No, it's like a little computer, and it's like, was it a Tamagotchi?
Pokemon?
Anyway, it's a little computer, and you have to feed it and wipe it, and you have to do all these things.
No,
or
we
else
don't
it
have
dies.
any of those.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
well,
No, that's over. That's
a
over,
good thing.
That's over here at Ed's Pet World. Those are the things that you have to feed and wipe.
But yes, the store is amazing. We've only been open about 3 months.
Okay.
So, and it's we'd love for everybody to come check it out. So especially if you're a collectible type of person, it's a really cool atmosphere, and we're probably going to have a grand opening in October. We're on Instagram and Facebook as well. So
I'll be there. I'll be there for it.
we want you to come over there too. We'll do a little tidbit over there as well.
I'm liking this one.
I know you are.
Did you put a leash on them?
You could.
Yeah, you can totally walk them. They love to be walked and that kind of thing. So
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, they're super. They're super trainable.
Well, I like the. I mean, I've seen other guinea pigs with the flat hair.
yeah, they call those silkies.
Silkies.
So,
I'm sorry. This is really cool. Oh, do they get like what do you call it? Like knots in their hair? Do you have to brush them?
Sometimes.
Yeah, look at that.
He's got a little dread kicking.
Yeah.
He's kind of like me, you know. So if I don't brush my hair that much, so and I'll start getting dread. So
All right, last question. Do you have to bathe them?
No, they really don't like water. So I mean, in worst case scenario, like
wipe
if they
them
do
down?
get dirty, just kind of damp washcloth, that kind of thing.
It's the perfect pet, dude.
I know.
See, I got gerbils too. You have to do
I
like
don't
a
gerbils.
sand dust
I
kind
don't like
of bath.
Yeah,
Gerbils. My gerbils bit me as a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, how much nipping and biting do they do?
Not much.
That'll be much at all.
Okay.
That's something you could give to your wife as a gift, and then you.
Oh, that'll go over really well. You know my wife.
Yeah, I do.
Here, Jules. Here.
She probably
Here's
like
a guinea
that.
pig. I bought it. No,
I could see
that's the
Jules.
classic.
I could see their
It's
Jules.
a Cayman. I bought it for you.
Right, I bought
No,
it
but
for
I can
you.
see something like that while she's petting her guinea pig under the desk while she's
Well, you know what
working
she's
on the
going to do?
computer.
She's going to say, is it going to keep you away? Keep you out of the house?
Yeah.
You got my ticket to Tony's. I'm going to walk. This guy's. Oh, it's a male or female?
All right, we were at the Vulcan. We got kicked out. We were in the club. We got kicked out.
I feel so much better that we didn't get kicked out.
We finally came to a place where we couldn't get kicked out. We're outside, of course, Ed's Pet World. Been in business 50 years this year. 879-1331, 879-1331. I love this guy right here. I love his entire family. Angie, the entire crew. They'd love to see it. It's an institution, man. Come down here and check us out. We're going to be on Fox 6 at 9:35 this morning talking about pet tattoos. I was going to say pet tattoos. Pet tattoos. We'll talk about that coming up on the other side. And then make sure you check us out on WBRC. And I also want to talk about our brand new TV show coming up that I've got going on ABC that'll start on September 2nd, just in time for college football. College football 2 weeks from today, baby. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
This has been a special presentation of Tony Curry Radio.